Hello guys, welcome to the second video of my Python coding series. I'll be showing you the basics and stuff. Today, this video, we'll be doing decisions. So if, else and ELIF statements, so they decide what will happen when this, So for example, let's go into here and say if let's say if he's here, for example, and then we add a colon. Yeah, let's say we write down he's present. We say he's present. So basically, it decides what happened. Is what we're gonna do today. So the decisions of what's gonna go on next after that has happened already. So if statements are basically for let's say we have a variable and it's called let's say there's apples, the amount of apples, but let's say the player eats let's say some of the apples are just gone. Let's say, for example, but let's say we have 20 apples, and let's say when it hit 12 apples, we want it to say you have lost. So when we do that, I say if apples, so the variable which contains the number of apples is called, let's say it's called apples. So if apples equals 12. Let's print you have lost. So basically, also the ELIF statements are basically when you're making a repeated like a multiple if statements. Otherwise, if you're just using only if statements when repeatedly in a row, it's gonna cause some problems. So ELIF statements are basically for that. Else statements are, for example, let's say that else statement we just made here. Let's add at the end, but else. So if it's not 12, let's print you have won. So basically, that's what they do. They're just decisions on what will happen next in the program or game or whatever you're making right now. This can be used for lots of projects. For example, when we're making a game, this will be very important for the basic mechanics of that game. Etc. For example, let's do a practical right now. Let's say balls equals 24. If balls equals 24, so the full amount. If you're doing an integer or a string or value, there has to be two equal signs. Let's say it's full, so it's 24. And I'll have to also add a colon at the end. Let's say print. Let's print. You have full apples basket. Now let's run the code. And it says it has worked. You have full apples basket, so you have a bucket full of apples. So this can be used for other things. But let's change the value to 29. Now let's make it else. Else, if they don't have it, let's print you don't have a full basket. Now let's run it. Now it recognizes that we don't have a full basket. We don't have the full 24. Instead, we have a different value. So this can be used for different projects for ELIF. If you also want to do this, but instead of writing multiple, sorry what I said at the start about ELIF is wrong. I'm sorry for that. instead of writing multiple else, for example here, but I want to write down another else. Like that can be used in situations. We use ELIF instead of else. And it just makes everything, if you just use else, it makes everything cluttered and it will not work properly as you want it to. So yeah, that's really what we can talk about this for now. There's nothing else for us to really do. Thank you for watching my YouTube video.